Hey there guys, Clouded Page back again for Pick 1 Pack 1, and we've got our Elysian Midrange deck. Now those of you who tuned in last time will have seen that we drafted something a little bit unusual for the archetype colours. Normally in these colours you'd be going for more of an evasive flyers type of thing. We're trying out something a little bit different. Those of you who were very observant in the last video will have noticed a lack of power being added. I've added that power in now, and at the recommendation of Cozzy we've gone up to 18 power, just because we have got such a high end of big creatures we really want to get to. To help us get there as well, I've switched things around just a little bit to add in our Seek power, because I'd forgotten completely that we drafted that. Always important to take a bit of a second look at your stuff, guys, before actually going in and playing it. But this is the deck as it stands. We've got a little bit of early stuff going on. Some bold adventurers to really get advantage in the early game and gum up the board a bit. We've got some colour fixing, a little bit of removal here and there. Fair bit of card draw between Second Sight and the Wisdom of the Elders. And then some nice 2- and 3-drop creatures, specifically with the power of the Dawnwalker and the False Prince. When these don't get answered, they get into a lot of problems for the opponent. Nesting Aevasaur to try and get us to make some advantage out of our larger creatures. Helps us cast them if we can't cast them from the power in our hand. Also, Nesting Aevasaur goes wonderfully with things like the Thunderstrike Dragon or the Twin Sauropods, because you get to put one back, draw it again, and the Echo triggers again, so you're getting multiples. A little bit of soft removal in the Replacer. Sorry, Displacer, not Replacer. The Zenin Guardian. That amazing first pick bomb of the Zenin Obelisk. Hopefully we'll get some good joy out of that. And, yeah, just value creatures in the mid-range to larger scale. So it's not typical for the archetype, but we're going to see how we go with it. That's what a lot of these videos are about, guys. A bit of experimentation, a bit of testing out what you can do with the archetypes, where you can push the cards. I say this, of course, just trying to hedge my bets against what is a very unusual draft. Go back and have a look at the draft video, guys. I still and ah about the Combri picks that we could have gone for early on rather than going into Elysian. I'm uncertain. But it's that uncertainty that allows me to play with things as we go forwards and hopefully find an opponent within the next 20 seconds. I will start to come prepared with Q&A. If you've got any questions for us, guys, pass them through to us and we'll answer them during the 20-30 second waits between opponents. Or possibly longer. Okay, here we go. That looks perfectly serviceable. We're getting to our False Prince on curve. Gotta keep a hold of that. Nice bits of removal already in the opening hand if we need it. And we'll just pass a hello out to Mr. Kesurugger1. Kesurugger1? I'm not sure. But he will with our Huckleberry, so he's not an unfriendly opponent, and that's always a plus. Okay, let's see what we're going to get into here. Okay, Double Shadow and a Scavenging Vulture. Nothing to worry about at this point in time, but we will start to deal with it later as we need to deal with it. I don't see any need to give away the information that we have a second colour, so I'm just going to check out the Bold Adventurer. Next turn we can run the False Prince and that'll all be wonderful. And really nicely here we can curve False Prince into the Zenin Guardian. There we go, there's the film colour. Okay. And as you can see, definitely clearly outclassed here. Here's 2-2 to our 2-3. Oh, well, that's interesting as well. We'll chuck out that Primal Sigil. Let's bring down the beats. Or the possibility of the beats. Alright, we go. If I hit them for 2 for every one they hit me for the rest of the game, I'll be very happy. Now, I could hold up the Storm Links and wait for him to attack, but I think I just want to get the False Prince out there and be attacking as soon as possible. This could be very much the wrong play, because it is exposing the False Prince out to any removal that he may have. But I don't know. Give it a shot. In draft, there's a definite, lack of removal they tend to show themselves out with. You just don't get as much as you get in Constructed. Now, what's he gonna do on 4? He's going to do nothing on 4. Wow. Okay, this is wonderful. Well, let's lay this double smack in. And now, depending on what he does, we can either flash in the Stormlinks or just draw cards, because they're both at fast speed. Okay. Crunch. Crunch. Well, that's a fairly ideal situation. He'll now still start dealing 2 in the air, but we're very clearly the beatdown in this situation, guys. At least at the moment. Okay, sure. Yep, freeze him. Go ahead. Please do apologise for any of the coughs that smutter through here, guys. I'm just recovering from a cold. Okay, he really wants to hit us with that. This is a misplay. If he'd actually attacked with us first, he'd be hitting us for 2. Instead of hitting us with the 1. And before starting my turn, I'm going to draw those cards. Let's see what we got for us. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Well, let's have a look at the situation. We've got 5 mana here. So we can still flash in the Stormlinks if we need to. We can cast the Amber Acolyte, or we can cast the Zenin Guardian. I don't mind holding off on the Zenin Guardian in favour of the Amber Acolyte, because that leaves us open to play either our Lightning Strike or our Stormlinks. So I'm going to chuck her out there. And just in case we get that dragon up, we'll get an extra mana, a little bit of extra power. Okay, so we know that he's got the pumped up Yeti in his hand. Oh, a Jotun Warrior as well. Okay, that's going to start causing us a few problems. At least at first. Okay, now we're getting to the point in time also where the Stormlinks is going to be outclassed. So we'll chuck him out there to make use of our mana. Right, now I think we just want to put out the Zenin Guardian and keep the Lightning Strike up. Next turn we can flash freeze what he's got on the field. Yeah. It would feel quite wonderful if he attacks with this Jotun Warrior to block with the False Prince Frog and destroy him with a Lightning Strike. Yeah, there's his 3/3. That's absolutely fine. I've got no problem with you doing this. Okay, let's get this out here. Awesome. So now we can actually bounce one of his creatures and stun his other 2 creatures and just lay them smack down on. So I think that's where I'm going to go for it. It might be a bit greedy, but it does set him back quite a ways. And then we press that lovely button A. And get in. Now we've gone very wide. He's down quite weak. Next turn we can pump up our Zenin Guardian. Herald Song, okay. Herald Song's fine. Haunting Scream, is there... Oh, he's discarding the Haunting Scream. Right. Yikes. Dire Straits. There's the Warrior. Absolutely, buddy. And there we go. Get in. I always run out of time to thank my opponent. But we will tick that up to 1 win. And we're getting close to some of those chests you can see from the outstanding quests I've got. But let's head on into game 2. That was quite comfortable. The deck did the things I'd like it to do. Can't necessarily rely on it operating like that every time, but that was the example of a really nice low curve tempo, just hitting out. We had stuff to do every turn. Quite quickly we got to a point of doing 2 things a turn, and when you're doing 2 things a turn to your opponent's 1, you're in a bit of a better situation. Yuck. Yuck, yuck. All of my yuck. Redraw. Awesome. That's so wonderful. And our opponent gets low curve. Wow. Okay. So we're going to start the game on 23. And... oh man, my opponent has just drafted Stone Scar aggro. Wow. Okay. Definition of going wide. I do think I want to try and just stabilize the board as best I can quickly. So I'm just going to chuck that Bold Warrior out. Bold Adventurer. Because I really don't want to take 4 next turn. I'll just settle for taking 3. Unless... no, wow, 3 Grenadin drones. That is incredibly aggressive. If this deck has rallies in it, I am in for a world of whoopings. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. What do we do here? I want to get things on the field, but I think sooner rather than later, I want to start getting some troops in here. And I want to do it, if I can, before he gets... yeah, okay. Before he gets gets to a rally. So now we've at least got another creature. Our 2/1's not going to match up well. But we can go a 2/1 next turn, a 6/5 the turn after. It just depends on if he has rallies and if he has them in his hand. But it looks like he does not. So let's just do a bit of thinning as well. There's no need to get into the air at the moment. I'd rather save that for my Towering Terrazon. And this just takes 1 more sigil out of my deck. So we've got 8 of the sigils. There's only 10 sigils left in the deck. So there's 22 live draws. And we just need to sacrifice in. With situations like this, guys, I tend to block the tokens just in case my opponent's got something like a Dark Return to get the Grenadins back. I don't know if that's correct. It's just something I've been doing. So by all means, tell me if I'm completely doing it wrong. Ooh, hello, Relic Weapon. Well, that's unhappy. That is unhappy. This is happier. Let's stem the bleeding, shall we? Can we? A lot of removal on our opponent's deck, and we're doing a lot of work drawing the powers out of ours. Ay, ay, ay. So all I'm trying to do here now is stabilize. I acknowledge that he's on the beatdown, and that's fine. Interesting decisions. I wonder what he's got in his hand. Was I just saying about the Dark Return, guys? I think he must have a Dark Return. That said, I'm willing to let him have it. Cast the spell, do your work. Ooh. Do we want to do that? I think we need to start getting creatures out. I just don't know if I want to put the Kobold Acolyte out there. Or I could put that up. I think I might actually put the Kobold Acolyte out. Give my Terrazon some flying. Take away his weapon. And then next turn I'm taking 2. He may have just been keeping back 1 random creature to block with and not actually have a Dark Return. And so he's kept back his cute little Grenadin. And that's fine. But now we're starting to stabilise, and you see he's not gotten that far ahead. That's a nice card. That's a very nice card, son. Oh, we'll block. Gonna have to deal with that sometime soon, and that will nicely deal with that. Yes. Yes, it will. I thank you. If he's an aggro deck, I want to try and take him down now. Let's push the advantage. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a trigger of the Aevasaur, but I think it's more important to have the blocker out. So I'm going to have the blocker out. I'll skip that out. And we'll end the turn there. What's nice also is having 3 mana, not 2 mana. If you have 2 mana, they'll automatically think of what 2 mana spells can they cast. Ooh, well that's a lovely 2-for-1 situation. You can please go. And you can get slapped around the head. And I'll take 1. And although we're 2 cards for 2 cards, I'm feeling kind of happy with what we've got in our hands. Oh, yes I am. Especially having 9 power in the air that he cannot deal with. Lethal on board. And let's get this other sigil out. There's no point of holding it back. And there we have it. Nice. Ah, see? Always that bit too slow, guys. Always that bit too slow. But ticking up to 2 wins. Happy place to be in. Oh. And on top of that, we're getting a few chests. I've seen other players just power through. I slow roll my chests. All about delayed gratification. Nothing too exciting in there. Oh, jeez. Lots of rattling teeth. 4 chests, no transformations. Oh well. The upgrades come, and when they come, they feel great. Guys, let's go for game 3, shall we? There's a gold chest in there as well. Game 3, let's see what we can do. We are down at the bronze level of the league, so you'll see different matches here to what you'd see in Cozzy's games. But variety is the spice of life. Now, I've got the potential here of getting myself screwed on colour. But that's a really nice curve, and I think I'm going to risk it. We're up 2 games. I'm going to get cocky. Please feel free to scream at me from the comfort of your own home. Alright, here we go. Ah, Fosterliska. Hello. Fosterliska? Like ska music? Actually, no, we're not going to get screwed. What am I talking about? We've got the Amber Acolyte. We can get our blue from that. Nice. It's a very nice curve looking up here at the moment, guys. We'll see what my opponent's drafted, though. And the Vulture comes back. Whoa! Okay, yeah, now we're going to need to try and get as much blue mana as possible. Before we do that, let's go on the aggressive. It's always worthwhile keeping your plays back till afterwards, just to give the opponent the illusion that you've got something to play. Maybe here he'll factor that in. But Primal Sigil. Okay, 1 down, 2 to go. We can get there. We can get there. Come on, guys. We can get there. We can also, if we get more of these, we're on the way to getting some cheap 4-cost Aevasaurs. That's not what I like to see. This is a little aggressive. He's on that hungry beatdown. But, you know what? Let's give him the opportunity to trade. I would like to slow down his attack roll. I don't know if this is correct. This may be one of those wonderfully wrong moves I'm making. But I wanted to give him the chance to sacrifice his 3 power in the air. He'll hit me for 4, but next turn I can put my 4/4 Aevasaur out. Okay. And that's him definitely putting himself on the beat down. So we're going to have to try and slow things down a little here, gang. That's another nice step towards where we want to go. I'll keep back. We are on the beat down. I could get him for free as well, but I'd rather have multiples. It's the greedy play. We don't know if we're going to get that second primal sigil that we want. But I will end the turn there at that. Next turn we can play the Stranger. It gets us one step closer. We're going to draw 2 dragons that are going to cost a lot less. They will be 4 mana, 5/5 flyers, which will actually make them 6/6 flyers with our current situation. Oh, they're both reckless, so we've got to assume that my opponent has nothing. He could very easily have Rapid Shot to give +4/+0 and First Strike. Or sorry, Quick Draw, but he does not, as it turns out. He has got an unblockable 2/2, and I am fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. So now, given that we're 20-20, he's got 3 cards, we've got 4. I'm going to try and get this going well and truly on the beatdown. Let's take advantage. Ooh, that hurts. At least until we can draw 1 more primal sigil. But our creatures are very much outclassing his creatures. Can't block either of them, so he'll hit me for 4. 16 plays 14, and what's his mana coming down on 5? 6. Playing a 1/1 and a 2/2. I don't really like it, guy. But I can't deal with the 1/1. I actually can't block any of the 3 of them, which is not good. That is 5 damage coming my way, knocking me to 11 next turn no matter what. So let's get in. Let's try and keep on the aggressive. He's got nothing in hand, so we're really just swinging to the rafters and hoping he doesn't top deck something to make us suffer. That's fine. Trades where he can trade. Take the 6. And here's another 6. Or another 3. Another 6 would be amazing. So the Obelisk triggers at 8. 8. I need another 2 power to trigger that. Oh, deadly and quick draw. Yuck. That was an incredible draw. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Suddenly, Seymour, we're in trouble. I say that we're in trouble. If we attack all in, he has to block. Otherwise he dies. So, always worthwhile assessing the situation. If he doesn't block there, he takes 9, he's on 8. He blocks there, we trade, he'll take 6, go to 2, and then he's in a situation where he has to hold back creatures. He'll probably hit me for 3 in the air, I imagine. Or hit me for 4 and hold back the 1. He needs to hold back 2, so he can only hit me for 2 if he's going to hit me at all. What did you get? What did you get? Did you get a Reckless Strike? No? Oh! Well done. Okay. Whew! Well, we will, tick up that wonderful marker to 3 wins. Guys, this has been a pretty smooth run so far. Let's see if the game can keep going that way for us. This is our first 3 matches, guys. We're going to end the video here. Like, subscribe, ask questions, do all those YouTube type things that you want to do. And make sure to tune in for the next video, and we'll see how far this deck can go.